Hello everybody, how are y'all doing? Welcome back to Man City Unplugged, your very own Man City fan channel. Wow, it's so tough. I mean, being a City fan nowadays, it's so. There's so much pressure. I was just watching Liverpool versus United yesterday night, and after 25 minutes, I just switched off the match because I just thought there might be some hope because the history of the fixture, Liverpool have not beaten United since what United have not lost to Liverpool at Anfield since 2018. There was some strange stat going on. I can't remember. So I was just thinking maybe this could be a draw. Maybe Liverpool could drop 2 points in here. Something. Because I remember in the 2018-19 season, I think Liverpool dropped points to United. I think it was at Anfield. I think it was at Anfield or it was at Old Trafford. They dropped points and that really helped us. So I thought there might be something in that game, but there was absolutely nothing in that game. I don't know. It's such a pressure situation, and then this is a must-win game for us. This is an absolutely must-win game for us. We drop. You saw. Just switch on the highlights for a few minutes. United Liverpool. You need to see the scintillating football that Liverpool is playing. It's just. So sumptuous. It's just that feels that sometimes it feels that you can't live with that kind of football. It's so fast. It's so on the tempo. I think that's what Pep said. When you have your opponent down, you should just when you have your opponent down, you should just kill him. You should not spare him at all. Just give me a second. Yeah, I'm sorry for that disruption. But anyway, so there are two conundrums in this game. First is Ruben Dias. Does Pep start Ruben Dias? Because John Stones has been the leader of that defensive pack. John Stones has been there in the Atletico game, for example. John Stones was the one who stood there like a rock. I remember one of the blocks he had of Cunha, I think was the attacker. That was a shot destined for goal if not for John Stones. John Stones' pass completion rate was 96% in that match. He had dispossessed Atletico Madrid players 4 or 5 times and all of that. So John Stones is a leader. Aymeric Laporte was outstanding against Liverpool and is outstanding against teams which like to keep possession. Like Brighton, for example. Brighton like to keep possession. They like to play in a style similar to Pep Guardiola style. I've always thought that one of the best ways to beat Man City is play like we play. Play through our press. Have possession, have the guts to play through us. And Brighton is that sort of a team. So you can't remove Laporte because Laporte is so good with his left foot, balls over the top. Brighton will play a high line today because if you want to play a possession-based game, you need to play a high line, and Brighton will do that today. So what do you do? What do you do with Ruben Dias? Some people are suggesting that maybe you play Aymeric Laporte at left back, for example. No, that is not going to be. I'm sorry, you play someone like a John Stones at right back, for example, and play Diaz and Laporte as centre backs. No, that is a very bad option. John Stones has been your standout centre back in tough situations. So you can't remove him. He's in outstanding form. The reason we lost to Liverpool was not John Stones. The reason we lost to Liverpool was a fullback not tracking. I think it was Zinchenko. He was not tracking Sadio Mane. The reason we lost to Liverpool was because our attackers couldn't finish a packet of crisps. So John Stones has not been the reason. So that's one conundrum. And then second thing is, what do you do about Nathan Ake here? Because Nathan Ake has been in imperious form. Nathan Ake came in the 73rd minute against Atletico Madrid to replace Kyle Walker, and then Nathan Ake was imperious. Nathan Ake, he played only 17 minutes of the tie, but he had more clearances than anyone else on the pitch in that game. In those 17 minutes, he made some 20 clearances. He won some 4 duels. So you can see Nathan Ake. Why Nathan Ake is so important. I I mean, I know it is not related to this match, but I think Nathan Ake needs to start most of the semi-final match against Real Madrid in the Champions League, because he's so defensively tight. Our defense has been exceptional in this tough phase. And another update from Pep is about Kyle Walker. Pep was telling that Kyle Walker is out with an ankle injury, and Pep doesn't know when Kyle Walker will return. So we'll discuss about it in length afterwards in some of the videos. So I do not know how we'll deal with him. This effectively means that Cancel, I mean, anyway, Cancel would have played every match from now till the end of the season, because every match from now till the end of the season is a potential final. So, I mean, maybe we are going to miss the pace of Kyle Walker. Yes, we are going to miss it, but how will we manage it? I don't know. One positive thing about this is Nathan Ake had Mo Salah in his pocket, both again in the FA Cup match and also in the Premier League match. So that is one positive. So you can play Nathan Ake at left back, and you can play Cancelo at right back. No, not Zinchenko at all. Not Zinchenko at left back, please, because Zinchenko doesn't have the physicality to deal with dangerous attackers at left back. That's the only thing. So now let us look at the lineups, the predicted lineups. I mean, this is going to be very tough for me. Yeah. So, I mean, this should be the easy one, the obvious one. It is going to be Ederson who'll do it. And then who's going to be a left center back? I'll go with Laporte, because there's no need to change a combination that has been working so well. And for me, it's John Stones at as the right center back, because he's done no wrong. But I would not be surprised if Pep puts Stones at right back and then Laporte at, I mean, Diaz in the center back position. I don't know, but right back is interesting for me. I would actually play Cancelo at right back, and then I would play Nathan Ake at left back. Yes, Nathan Ake at left back, I think. I'm pretty sure that this back four would be completely wrong. Could be completely wrong. There's a huge chance that it could be completely wrong, because Pep would put Stones at right back. Cancelo would be playing in his usual position. Ruben Dias might be starting for this. So many variations, but at this point of time, I think this is an imperious defense for me. Ake, Cancelo, Laporte, Stones, Edison. You're really sound with this defense. And then the central midfield position it has to be Rodri. I mean, there's no choice. Again, you can't expect Fernandinho to play there. We need to replace Fernandinho. We were discussing about that in yesterday's video as well. The need to replace Fernandinho in the summer for sure. And interestingly, Fabrizio Romano also said yesterday that City are working very hard towards concluding the Haaland deal as soon as possible, because they surely want to bring in a CDM in the summer transfer window. And Matthews Nunes is among the front runners among many others. And we have done an article about the strengths and weaknesses of Matthews Nunes also in our blog, mancityunplugged.com. Do check it out. And then Bernardo Silva for me, because Gundogan might be, Pep hasn't mentioned, but he might be in discomfort, because I've heard he's had a leg injury or something. He has a small injury, and that's why he didn't start the FA Cup game against Liverpool. So for me, Bernardo Silva and Kevin De Bruyne start. Kevin De Bruyne has to start for me. And then left wing, I think left wing is going to be Foden. I mean, whatever I put here, I think they'll interchange, and it's going to be Grealish. And I really hope that Grealish suddenly bursts into form. I'm sorry, right winger has to be Riyad Mahrez for me. And then left winger has to be Grealish. Sorry, this striker has to be Grealish. Yes. So this is my lineup here. I would go with Ederson, Ake, Laporte, Stones, Cancelo, Silva, Rodri, De Bruyne, and then Foden, Grealish, and Mahrez. I think this is the best lineup we are having right now. Maybe if Gundogan is fit, Gundogan plays. in the place of Bernardo Silva, or maybe if De Bruyne stitches and his injury hasn't healed, maybe then Gundogan plays in the place of De Bruyne. And other interesting thing for me is Foden. I think Foden needs to be given more time in the midfield. I think with Julian Alvarez coming in and with Erling Haaland coming in, potentially coming in the summer, I can't say any deal is done until it is done. We have seen what happened with Alexis Sanchez and stuff. So if Julian Alvarez and Erling Haaland do come in, then I think Foden will be shifted into the midfield. But people's argument here is Foden is so much attack minded that Pep really wants to play him in the forward attacking line than in the midfield. So, but I do think that he can have more of an effect on the game playing in the midfield position, playing in the center of the park where he can be sort of given a free role than sticking him out on the wing, sacrificing him a bit for those defensive duties up and down the wing, telling him to, hold the width on the wing and things like that. I think Foden has to play in the midfield. Then where does Grealish play? Grealish also has to play in the Pep with Julian Alvarez, and if Haaland comes in, Pep will have a myriad of attacking options. And then surely I think Sterling and they will be moved on. At least one of them will be moved on, if not the two of them. So I think this is going to be the predicted lineup for today's game. So I really hope that we do well. It's a pressure game. It's a must-win game for us. Every game is a must-win game for us. Actually, it's the final. I mean, strangely, with Walker out, you would think that maybe the defense is worrying, but the defense doesn't worry me as much. The defense looks rock solid. What worries me is our lack of goals. I do think that, I mean, in the 2018-19 run-in, for example, we had Sergio Aguero there. He scored the Topo goal against Burnley. He revived the title race with a match against Liverpool. He scored a great goal against Brighton on the final day. So we had a real poacher in the box. Who is going to be the poacher in the box for this title run-in? Every title run-in requires a poacher in the box. For Liverpool, it's Luis Diaz, it's Sadio Mane, it's Salah. There are three. So that is the one thing that worries me. That is the thing that worries me the most. I do hope that Grealish finds that attacking form. Mahrez really finds that attacking form. Mahrez should have killed off Liverpool. This is the second time Mahrez had left Liverpool alive in 3 seasons. I think in that 2018-19 season as well, it was a 0-0 draw at Anfield. And it was early on in October or something. The season had just begun, and Leroy Sané gets a penalty, and Mahrez skies it over the bar. If Mahrez scores that, I think Liverpool's confidence would have been gone, and the title race would have been over then and there. So, and now Mahrez has done this again. So we really need to take up penalties and all. Well, I'm very confident on Mahrez about the penalty duties. At least we have someone who we can rely on in terms of taking penalties. So that is one positive thing. But I really need to find attacking inspiration from someone like a Mahrez and Grealish. And also, I think we have been helped by the rich vein of form which De Bruyne has been in. I mean, goal-scoring form as well as creating form. That goal-scoring form. Just imagine if De Bruyne was not scoring as regularly, we would never have been in this title race. So this is the reason, I think. Yesterday, when Fabrizio Romano was telling that Pep Guardiola wants Erling Haaland at all costs. Doesn't matter what the cost is, what the price is, anything. He wants Erling Haaland to be there. And Pep Guardiola is raving about Julian Alvarez as someone who has that sense of goal. And it's already a lip-smacking combination because you're bringing in strikers like Haaland and Alvarez who really smell blood when they sense a goal. And you have midfielders who smell blood like De Bruyne, Silva, Ford, and Grealish even, who smell blood when they sense a goal-scoring opportunity. So it's just a match made in it's just a match made in heaven. I mean, it will be such a delightful watch next season if we manage to get that Haaland deal through. Anyway, I really hope that we do play well. It's a must-win game. It's a pressure game. So let's see how we respond to it. See you all. I'll be here again for the watch along of Man City versus Brighton. We'll be having a live watch along as well. So see you all and take care.